My name is Acho Ihin Chimarim Eze. So the machine that we'll be looking at today is Mr. Robot. So we begin first with the general information. Like I've already explained, the Linux operating system and the difficulty and the tools used.
Command you run, you write mmap-sn. So what does the sn do per se?
So the mmap-sn, what it does is that it scans through my subnets.
Just like to give this general remark, you have actually really done well, and it shows that you actually know your stuff and you have full understanding of what is actually going on, and that is the key. So you have actually really done well. Just keep going, keep doing it. They said a continuous water makes him doesn't stop. So just keep going.
Domains and subdomains. What web application hosted? Yes, WordPress sites. As I showed in my screenshot, I had access to the WordPress site on port 80. Virtual host discovered, not detected. Then enumerated via GoBuster. admin/admin/readme/license/fcsociety.dic. That's the dictionary which gave me the username and the password. Then /blog. Then DNS information. Default Apache hostname. Only, no DNS enumeration required.
My first question is this. How will you enumerate users on a Linux system with SSH access available? And
how will I
enumerate users
on
a Linux system with SSH access available? What tools or command might you use, or which tools or command can help you to do this?
Tools for enumerating SSH user. If I get your question, tools for enumerating SSH user.
Am I right? How will you do it, and what tools will you use?
I can use, when I'm enumerating on SSH, I can use Hydra, and I can use Medusa.
Okay.
Medusa is just like the advanced version of Hydra.
So my final feedback on you, you've not demonstrated confidence. And I suspected that while you're answering questions, you're typing, because I'm looking at your eyes. So you should go back, some of the things we've asked you, go back and master them. And then I think you need to do more work. Overall, I'm not really too impressed with your level of organization, right from the presentation down to even the interview. So you have a lot of work to do. So get back to it. Thank you.
So after casting the file, we found a hash, right? So we now went to crack station to crack the hash. So upon putting the hash there, it gave us this result. So we just copied it, right? And after cracking the hash, we switched to use that robot in order to get the second flag, right? So we created a shell, we put the shell command to create a shell, and then we use the Python command to just make it more interactive.
How many stages do we have in testing methodology? What are those stages? What are those stages that methodology you use here to do all of your?
There's reconnaissance, and enumeration, exploitation, post-exploitation, and then reports.
All right. Okay. So far, so good. Good job. Like my colleague have said, you've shown capacity, and you've shown that you really know what you're doing. I will advise that you keep it up. Whatever you are doing, keep doing it. I know that cybersecurity is a very dynamic field.
Older versions of mmap have an interactive mode that can be abused to execute system commands. By running mmap interactive and then executing !sh, a root shell was spawned. Now, in the root directory, the final key was accessible. So we can see here, we use -whoami and can confirm that it has roots. So then we spawn the shell, a root shell here, and then we moved to the root directory, which gives us the third key.
How were you able to identify the correct password?
So firstly, the first Hydra here is meant to identify the username. So you can use whichever password you like, which found the password here as AR28-0652.
cyber security penetration testing draws all of your strengths and show it. And like my colleague has said, presentation too is key. It matters a lot because after doing your penetration testing and stuff, all those people that will read it are not technical. So ability to be able to seamlessly present and give them the details of what you have done is crucial and very vital. So on that note, it's a good one overall. And well done. Keep doing what you are doing. Mr. Emmanuel, do you have anything to say?
Right, so nothing much to add, just keep up, at least based on the interaction, you should identify the areas you need to work on. So just keeping on and keep practicing. I believe no distance time you have the mastery. Thank you.
Now for vulnerabilities discovered, I used derp to enumerate hidden directories and files. This is a screenshot of the enumeration right here. And right here, you can see the robots directory, robot.txt directory right here. Key discoveries. Robots.txt contained the f-society file, which was a large word list file, and outputs.
That's it. Then for your reporting, please, recommendation, very good. Your presentation, you show depth because you actually know what you are doing. And it shows that, okay, you've been researching and you've been working. So I will only just encourage you to keep going. Hope you know that in this field that you have, there's no end to your learning.
There's no
ending to your learning. No,
there isn't. There isn't.
You know, right?
Yes, sir.
And I'm pretty sure you love it.
I enjoy it.
Oh, that's all I needed to say. So, Mr. Emmanuel, please, if there's any other thing, so that we can just release it.
All right. So I think you've really shown mastery to a large extent. All I can advise is that to just keep pushing.
Yes,
There is a lot to learn. Like I told one of your colleagues earlier, as you are trying to understand what is already on ground, the attackers are trying to break in afresh to what is not even on ground. So, it's a battle that is consistent and constant. So just keeping on. Try as much as you can to learn new concepts periodically. It could be daily, weekly. Just have a pattern that works for you so that you won't be lag behind. Because the thing about this is that once you leave it for one day, it will leave it for 1 month. And before you come to understand again, time is gone. Well done.
All right, so thank you, sir.
I continued enumerating, prying further to just grab as much information as I can. In this stage of the pen test, the more information you can gather, the easier it is to find more vulnerability because you have more things to work with. So I'm just trying at this point to acquire a lot of things that I can work with. So I did further enumeration with curl to grab banners and other things. But after a while, when I saw that, okay, I couldn't really get the version through this method, I just decided to try other means possible. So I checked for hidden paths using Mr. Robot. That is quite a distinct and instinctual move to check for hidden paths using Mr. Robot.
Olu, you have really done well. I don't really have any question. And I see even the way you were responding to my colleagues' questions and all of that. It shows depth, and it shows being deliberate. So just one additional thing that we just add to it is don't restrain yourself. Any knowledge that around any IT, anything is useful in cybersecurity. Explore. And again, please do a lot of CTFs. It opens you to a lot of techniques, approach, methodology, and all of that. Those are those things that I did not do earlier on. A lot of it. Keep doing. Let it be that every week you are doing one or two. Because it makes you learn.
So furthermore, I used MSF console to further metasploit to exploit the Mr. Robot's machine. And this was it. This was where I started the reverse TCP handler on my listener, and I authenticated with WordPress using the details I found, Elliot, and the password. And this would then prepare the payload, it uploaded it, and successfully I gained a Metapreter shell. And the main reason why I used that was because the first thing that come to my mind was to get a shell on the machine. And the best way I found out was to use a WordPress plugin that contained appropriate payload.
What I want to say here, number one, in your slides, yeah, a bit okay, I like them, but you should have done better by including some of these screenshots there. But your sharing tree, I think, is too cumbersome. All we just want is the steps of the pen testing, from the reconnaissance, exploitation, and the rest. Just about 4 or 5 there, then should make it more easier for anybody. All right. Tell me, what are the advantages of using CRT.sh, Wayback Machine, and Subfinder in passive recon?
So, could you come again?
I said, what are the advantages of using CRT.sh, Wayback Machine, and Subfinder in passive reconnaissance?
Okay, I got Wayback Machine. Okay,
Yeah.
Wayback Machine, an advantage for it is an online archive that captures all the snapshots of all the websites over time. So all the past records of the particular website, Wayback Machine has it in record. It uncovers the historical content that could give us an idea to like hidden directories, sensitive endpoints, and just very vulnerable informations that could be useful for information gathering.
Question again, apart from just admonition, I would just say, like my colleague has said, areas that you've seen that were a bit weak in them, just focus more on them. Your presentation is not bad. So areas that you are lacking. The core reason for this is for you to actually be able to evaluate yourself. How will the real life situation of an interview and you doing a presentation, which is what you cannot avoid in this field. And whichever yourself in life, if you actually want to be one of those people that will be reckoned with presentation and doing things like this will always be there, interviews and all of that. So please just focus on those particular areas. Keep doing what you are doing, and the sky is your starting point. So you understand. So I don't really have much to say again. I've spent a lot of time. So you have done well, Elijah.
So,
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Like my colleague said, at least it's good you have in-house testing. At least it will gauge your preparedness. So from this, I think you know within yourself where you struggled and areas you need to work on. So you just have to go back and make sure you work on those areas, increase your capacity, such that should we have a chance like this next time, you'll be able to answer this question seamlessly. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, you may leave now.